Hi lovely people, welcome back. We are doing SRT mini group clearing on blocks to self-love. So make sure that you're open 100% to receiving the clearing, and let's get stuck in. So here we are again, blocks to self-love. So that's running at 10% positive, 100% negative. And in terms of consciousness, we're at spirit status level, which is just one above incarnation level. So I'm just going to ask the high self teams that are working with you to clear that up to 100 positive down to 0 negative. And from spirit status all the way up to radiant love, new paradigm level of consciousness. So most of the clearing is done in the prep to work. We do a lot of clearing the prep to work basis. And especially in the mop-up. The mop-up is where the bulk of the clearing takes place by your teams on the other side of life using they have about 200 or more charts, maybe a lot more than that. And that's where the bulk of the clearing is done. So these are mini group clearings. They're sort of tasters really. But still just as powerful from the feedback that I've been getting. So I'm really happy that they're helping you. I hope you're all keeping well, looking after yourself in this crazy time in the world when all the truth is coming up to be seen, and it's try not to get pulled into it, all the drama that's going on. Remember, we are co-creators of our lives. Remember how empowered you are. And self-love isn't looking at yourself in the mirror and telling yourself how beautiful you are. Self-love is self-care, doing what's right for you. Discernment, it's making the decisions that are right for your energy. It's not, oh, I'm a goddess, so I'm so beautiful or anything like that. It's not. This is not a narcissistic kind of self-love. This is proper self-love, is caring for your energy and doing what you feel is right for you, making the best choices without being drawn too much into the ego with that. So chart 6-8. So instead of working too hard and trying to please everybody, it's saying, no, enough is enough, and drawing a line, learning when to draw the line, having a long, relaxing bath instead of working late into the evening, What are we looking at? Doom. Master program of doom. Unworthiness. Okay. Do they have past life roots? They do. We're just going to ask that they're cleared because it's a group clearing. Just going to ask that those are cleared away. Doom and unworthiness. All for your highest good at all levels of consciousness. Right, in a moment I'll tell you about the living soul as soon as this is finished. Give you a little bit of information from the SRT system. I'm constantly getting emails about wanting to train in SRT. So please do have a look at spiritual response. Spiritualresponse.org, is it? It's the Spiritual Response Therapy Association. It's based in the United States. Chart 5 we're going back to. Have a look there for the teachers. I always recommend my teacher, malabikashaw.com. But Google the Spiritual Response Therapy Association, and I'm sure you'll get directed. I don't teach. It's not what I want to do with this system. I have other things that I do in my therapy. So, okay, where are we going? Demonic forces. Okay, anything else in here? Anything on the outside? Self-punishment. Okay. So let's just clear all the demonic forces away and self-punishment. For me, demonic forces, they're collective. It's collective energy of the demonic energy. But don't get hung up on the names. For me, it's like gradients of energy. This is very biblical, and it's also based on the true spiritual meaning of the Bible. So this system, but it can frighten some people when you say, oh, you've got demonic forces on you or whatever. So I always think of it in terms of dense energy. And demonic forces is a collective term, and it's dense. It's just dense energy. It's like collective rage. You know, it's like if you've got a group of 10 people together who are all raging, it's a bit like that. That's the density of the energy. So that's running there, which we're clearing off you. But also self-punishment as well, of course. If you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not looking after yourself, that self-love is, you know, is blocked in some way, then, you know, there is going to be an element, a large element of self-punishment there. You know, the question is, why aren't you taking care of your energy? We have all these other programs and thoughts and things that come into play, very often set up out of survival. Okay, anything else inside, outside there? No, good. 12. Dysfunction of creative energy by emotions. Let's just get that cleared away at Queen of Life level. So living soul. The living soul is the 6th body created. It is a conscious mind body created at Lord of Lords on chart 3. So Lord of Lords is where the first expression of the living soul is. So if I show you on chart 3 whilst this is clearing, Lord of Lords there on this level of consciousness. Whilst that's clearing away. Okay. After it is created, it is placed in the Garden of Eden. Actually, the soul is a combination of the first 6 bodies created, which is the etheric, the first astral, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, and the living soul. In Eden, it partakes of the other trees, from which it receives its knowledge of the entire universe. Ultimately, the soul incarnates to put into practical use what it learned in Eden. The soul is not what we see in the mirror. That is the temple in which the soul dwells for a lifetime, or uses really, rather than dwells. I mean, the soul is so much bigger than the body. The soul is eternal and indestructible. The soul is one with spirit and all consciousness. So when you clear one soul, you have changed and benefited all souls, which is lovely, because we're all connected. There's no separation. And there are different names out there for the different bodies. I know people use different names, but these are the names used within the SRT system there. So you can get the information from Robert E. Detzler, his books Soul Recreation and the Freedom Path. So do have a look at those. They are available, all good booksellers. And he founded the whole system, so it's wonderful to continue with his work. So block to acceptance there. So let's just clear those blocks to acceptance from you. So that's Robert E. Detzler's books, Soul Recreation and the Freedom Path. He also has one on spiritual healing, which has got a lot of shapes and all sorts of things on it as well to help with the healing, basically. So the etheric body. The etheric is the basic fabric of all that is created. It is the very matrix upon which the divine plan is drawn, or the whole cloth spiritual essence from which everything is created. It is the bolt of cloth from which every soul's etheric body is cut. We are all of the essence of spirit. It's still clearing away. So the etheric is the pattern body. The first body of spiritual man or woman is the etheric, which is cut from the whole cloth of spirit. The etheric body has a subconscious mind that contains every idea, concept, and potential involved in the embryo, divine plan, and first draft of the one universe. Sorry, I haven't got my glasses on, so I'm trying to read it. Spirit says the etheric body has 24 strands of DNA and 21 digits in the number of chromosomes connected to every strand, which are in every possible combination. It is the microcosm of the macrocosm. There you go. That's the etheric body. All right, chart 13, which is programs before creation. This is King of Kings level before the soul is fully created. Animal energy, so let's clear that away at that level. King of Kings is like the egg and sperm level of the soul's creation. So it's happening way up in different levels of consciousness that we're unaware of in the earthly level, all these things. I've had a few requests over the last year or so for clearing on tinnitus, which I thought I'd done. So I'm going to do that next after this one. So if you're wondering which video is coming next, it will be tinnitus. Tinnitus, ear problems, that kind of thing. The ears, tinnitus. Yeah, I'll focus on those in particular. I mean, we're really looking at the inner ear and with the brain, aren't we? And tinnitus can also be about shifting dimensions as well. And it can also be connected to the cervical vertebrae if it's slightly out of alignment there as well. So, but it'll be mostly done on that and whatever connects with that. So that's the next video I will do after this. Right. '24 rebirth conscious mind. Anything on here? Annihilate evil. A consciously made vow to annihilate evil. That's interesting. That very rarely comes up. Inside, outside. And consciously made vows, commitments that are becoming vows. I should have put my glasses on, I can't see. Anything else on the outside? Consciously made vows to abdicate love. I'm just going to ask that all of those are cleared from you. I'm not going to go into any details with any of those. Some interesting ones coming up there. Annihilating evil, abdicating love, and commitments becoming vows there. Again, I'm not going to question anymore. I'm just going to ask that they're cleared, whatever is appropriate for you. Refining consciousness. A bit back and forth today. Lessons to accomplish before moving on, working with one. So let's just clear that away. Clearing any lessons away. Lessons to accomplish before moving on, working with one. Oh, it's me not focusing. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. La da da dee da da da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Okay. $27. Soul beliefs. Again, I'm not going to go into any details because it's just a taster, but we're just going to ask that any soul beliefs at this level, these are learning blocks at spirit level, are cleared from you for your highest good. The personal clearings that I don't do one-offs anymore. I'm afraid I only do packages, and they're always a lot more in depth. We ask more questions, and I have various lists that I go through and questions that I check, and a few other charts I also access as well. So this is really just like a 15-minute taster. At a group level. Okay. But it seems to be helping a lot of people, and that's what I'm here for. So I'm happy to help. Infinity stream we're going to clear. So let's just clear the infinity stream. So the infinity stream is at the Godhead and extends forward and backwards without end. What is done at any point in what we call time affects that which went before to a lesser degree, and that which comes after to a greater degree. Since there is only the now, the infinity stream needs to be kept clean at all times. So we're just cleaning that now. La da 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 da. I love you, baby. Right. Okay. How are we doing now? Anything else before we go to mop up? So let's just go to mop up. Yeah. So we're just going to mop up now. We're just going to do a very brief mop up for you, but your teams will be clearing whatever is appropriate to you under this clearing blocks to self-love. So normally I have this long list of instructions, and I give them an affirmation to work with as well. We download what's appropriate for you afterwards into all your energy bodies as well. But I'm just going to ask that they do a quick clearing for you, quick mop up for you, which is where the bulk of the clearing takes place by your teams on the other side of life. I'm not going into any depth with anything, we're just doing a quickie. So while they're doing that, I'll just read you about the first astral body as well. So astral means of the stars or of the light. This is the second body, the first astral body, that is created, and it is a conscious mind body. A conscious mind body. The information of the embryo, divine plan, and first draft are recorded in the DNA and chromosomes in the first astral body. When a soul completes its learning path and returns to the Godhead, it coordinates and harmonizes what it has learned through its many and varied experiential processes with the revised plan and intent of spirit. If the beliefs the soul has established during the experimental process are not in harmony with the records in the consciousness of the first astral body, the soul must establish that harmony before it can reunite with the Godhead and with spirit. And the next body after that will be the mental body, but that'll be for the next video. Right, anything else to do? No. Are we done? Successful mop up, will it hold? Yeah. Yep, okay, so let's have a look and see where it is now. 100 positive, 0 negative. Ooh, in terms of consciousness, we're at radiant love, new paradigm level as a minimum. As always, drink lots of water, rest, allow 3 clear days in between every clearing, ideally for old neural pathways to fall away, because it takes about 3 days for an old neural pathway to fall away. So don't do any more than 2 of these mini clearings a day, I would say. No more than that. Otherwise it's a bit futile, really, because you might be repeating stuff and you're not allowing enough stuff to come up as well. So I'll leave you with that and see you on the next clearing. You take care of yourselves and start loving yourselves more. Lots of love. Bye.